Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy
I was
Wacky
sitting here
Wednesday.
I was sitting here waiting for your invite, and I'm gonna write down a couple of topics on some post-its. So
Well, that's
it's gonna
good.
be good. So
That's good. You have some preparation. I'm just rolling with it.
you're the audio visual guy, man.
Well,
And then I got some bourbon.
I got a Budweiser.
Now, if we keep this sort of in the cast, are we gonna do like a little intro right now? Or are we just gonna jam out a little bit?
Yeah, let's do a little intro right now. I don't see anybody in the waiting room yet, so
She's probably putting her kids to bed.
yeah.
So that's going to give folks a hint that we have our first female on the podcast.
Yes, I love that. Love that.
Long overdue.
It's been such a misogynistic podcast thus far.
Well, it's kind of like our, parties, man. It's like 10-1.
Yeah. Sausage fest all the way. Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, she's always been such a good shit, and I'm really looking forward to talking to her, man. I haven't seen her in so long. You just saw her the other night, right?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to see her in person last weekend, which was only about 4 days ago. So I went over to her house in Hudson,
Nice.
In Holden, and it was a good time.
Holden.
Dick Hurts.
Dick Hurts from Holden. The classic Massachusetts joke.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was doing a little bit of work today. I got the
Central
Mass on.
That's good.
I was getting taking care of my monthlies, but we're actually leaving for Arizona tomorrow for a week. Gonna spend some time in the Phoenix area. Do a little Sedona hiking.
Oh yeah, man. You've been there before, right?
We went to Utah. I haven't been to Arizona yet.
Very nice.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We got a noon flight tomorrow, which put us in there around 4. Oh, here she is. There she is.
That's awesome. So we had a lot of viewers on our last cast. Did you see those numbers?
The Trevor cast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yeah, a lot of viewers.
This might be another big one, which is kind of making me nervous.
Don't be nervous,
yeah,
Peter. You're a scholar, as Dolores Frazier.
We can get into that if you want. I got a couple things.
I don't know if Lo is.
We can ask her. Let's let her in.
Yeah, was she on our team at all?
I mean, let's ask her when she gets in.
Okay. Well, without further ado, I'd like to introduce my former class president and an excellent Shrewsburyan, Miss Lauren Zingarelli. How's it going?
Yay!
Dude, I haven't
First
seen
female.
you in a minute, Lauren.
I know, it's been a bit.
Wow, how you been?
Today's been a day. Edie has a ear infection, but it didn't start off as one. It started off as a fever. Brought her to the doctors. And
Sounds exciting.
No ear infection then until tonight. It was 103 temps. So
I don't know how you do this, Bonner. It's like in my face, whatever. Fuck it. And then we usually have a drink. I don't know if you're having a drink, Lo, but we have a single. It's been okay. There you go. UMass Medical. That's a good drink.
Nice.
And then while we were waiting, I was like, I got a couple things I could write down that we can talk about. So I want to talk, since this is becoming the most nostalgic podcast. I want to start with the origins of Lo, the origins of how we became friends. Oh, 8th grade talent show. Want to go over that?
He's got a severe list.
Want to go over that? Want to know if Lois ever been arrested in Shrewsbury or close to it?
Oh,
want to know the
I'm
sketchiest time she's had in Shrewsbury? Want to know the funniest friend of hers? And want to know what makes Lo cry?
All right, one at a time here, Pete.
Okay, sorry. We're not going to get to any one of those, but so we met. This is what my recollection is. We met and we're really good friends starting second grade,
Yeah.
which means you went to Coolidge.
I did. Yeah.
Which means you lived in the hood, not the nice part.
I lived in the real hood. Like I lived on the other side of Great Brick Valley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like
The
you
real
know
hood.
where so it was past it was like, do you know where Sophie's restaurant was? I don't know what it is now. It's still a bar. It's across from Worcester Sand and Gravel. Um there's like a little mini mart. It's like on the Boylston line. It literally is the other side of Great Brook Valley. Like growing up, I could hear parties and behind my house.
Gunshots.
Yeah, yeah. So I lived there till I was 8.
So how did you go to Shrewsbury schools then?
I was right on the line.
I'm not following. Great Brook Valley is over by Lincoln Plaza, honeydews that I got for freaking donuts for your house the other day.
Yes. So do you know?
So where? Oh, yes. I know exactly. Okay, yes. You take a right.
I lived, even closer.
You take a. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is Shrewsbury. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think Kathleen Camerado and her husband live over there now. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't Kevin even have like a place kind of near there for a while?
Kev, did you ever place over there?
Kev, let's get Kevin here.
He lives in Worcester and Pasadena.
Is he about? Is Kevin about?
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now.
Just a hello, and then it's low time. But hello.
Hey, what's up, kids?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey,
what's up, Giano?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, you guys should have came over for a beer, smoked a bowl. What's up?
For sure, man. I'm down anytime.
Hey, I'm gonna let you guys have your conversation. I'm going to bed.
All right, get some shut eye.
All right, love you
Good
guys.
to see you, man.
Love you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Now I remember Low. Yeah, over there by Tommy D. Were we on the same bus then? Because we used to circle. No. This was before that route. Rachel Joseph lived over there. Gene Esposito. No. Now I'm going down further. No.
No, I had nobody near me. I shared a bus stop with Lori and John. Because they would come from their dad's house. Do you know, on the Boylston line? I lived on Bosworth. If that it's people would not think it's Shrewsbury, but I lived there for my first 8 years.
So that's when you went to Coolidge.
That's when I went to Coolidge.
And that's where we missed Graham's class.
Yeah. And
I had a crush on Miss Graham.
Mrs. Graham.
For sure.
I remember her. I'm not sure who I had that year. What grade was Graham?
Second grade. You were with Miss McMahon next door, I think.
Watson,
that's right.
Yeah.
White hair, right? Gray hair?
Yeah, gray hair. It was me and Steve-O. And there's a great class picture of that class, and Bree Keegan's in there with us and a couple other legends. But we're really short compared to the last row. But they put us in the last row because the teachers wanted us close to them, because the teachers are always in the back row, right? But me and Steve, you see tall Pedro Brito, Brianna Keegan, all these tall kids, and then in the middle it's just me and Steve were so short because we're right next to the teacher, and she didn't want us more than 2 feet from her, causing trouble.
Right.
She's you guys come in the back row.
Yeah.
She was tough. I remember her being you don't want her. She's tough.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
John Broker. Steve Broker. If there's anyone to break a teacher, it'd be you and Steve. Steve could.
Yeah.
We made our Spanish teacher quit in 8th grade. Do you remember that? Who was in that class?
Also Frazier, too.
Frazier in 8th grade. We can talk to Kate Berry more about that for sure. But we broke her. She stopped teaching.
Yeah.
She was I've had it. But then there was a Spanish teacher in 8th grade too that we
Weisberg.
No.
The penguin. Wise bird.
Retta? I don't know.
I was gonna say the seventh grade math teacher. Do you remember her, Pete? Do you remember that we did some like
Kennedy? Mr. Kennedy?
no, it was when Kennedy left. And then we got some other teacher. She was younger. And we went to
Oh,
her like
yes.
morning. She like did some like morning math club. Why we did that, I don't know. But I remember there was this one time when because you guys would always tease her and get really. Do you know where I'm going with this?
I think, well, no, but I remember her now. So yeah, keep
You guys
going.
would like kind of tease her and be kind of like I don't know, like your normal selves. And there was one point where I almost put her in a headlock,
Yes,
right?
I did put her a headlock. I gave her a DDT, a Diamond Dallas Page
Yeah.
thing.
Or a stone.
Um,
That's a
that
stone cold stunner.
was
That's a
a
stunner.
Stone Cold Stunner, also known as a Stone Cold Stunner. I don't know how I still was allowed back at school.
No, I think she loved it. I feel like she was in on the she wanted to be cool sort of thing. Sorry, Kev's getting cookies, so it's loud
No,
over
you're
here.
fine, but this is that yeah, she was looking over my shoulder when I was like cheating on a exam, right? I think that was it. She was like, Peter, and then I was like, ouch, and then like thought that was funny. And yeah, so that happened.
Oh, Peter, you're supposed to be a scholar. This is unacceptable news.
I don't know why. I was never a scholar. Lo was a real scholar.
We were just talking about our 8th grade teacher, Lo, and me and Cody were basically lepers, and Peter, Mike Alfago, and a couple others were scholars. Oh, Peter, you're
Wait,
such a scholar.
did you make that name up, John?
What?
Lepers and scholars, or did she? What is that?
Well,
You also made a rap song around her. If you want to bust that out right
yeah,
now, if you
I'm just saying, like, we were considered basically lepers, me and Cody, to Mrs. Fraser, because we didn't put in the effort. We did not care about the content of the class, and we
yeah,
disrupted the class often and made a mockery of her class often. So we were lepers to her.
you brought the camera into
But you
class and you did
never pulled
skits in
any
the
of that
class.
shit, man. You were smart. You were freaking nice and
I know.
clean. She
I
called
was
you a
doing.
scholar.
No, I was riding that line. I knew where and when to stop, but I was
Love
on
that
that
line.
freaking line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys just didn't give a fuck. So you guys went over the line and down the street and out the window. Actually, think you threw shit out that window and you broke a glass window.
I did.
It,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We should probably get back to low here, but this
No,
is some
that's great.
legendary.
What is your
Wait,
go
where?
down your list again, Pete?
Well, the origin. So okay, now I remember where you lived. That makes sense now. I couldn't figure that out, and so you were there at Coolidge, and then when did you go to? And we were like best friends, and that was cool, and that was not normal, but love you, low. But then when did you go to Shrewsbury or Spring Street?
So I was only at Coolidge for the 1 year.
Ah,
Yeah, and then I went third grade when I moved over to the hoity-toity side of Shrewsbury.
that's great. That's right. And had that swimming pool that I never been in. It was so small.
God, that was terrible.
Let's talk about your above ground.
It was an above ground pool, John. It was absolutely terrible, and it had a fence around it. You just felt like you were in like one of those like dunk cages. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
up
it was just
top.
like not, yeah, like it was just not a comfortable thing to swim in. But
And it was
you know,
wood too, right? Was it
it
wooden?
wasn't wood.
Now I was
None
stretching
of
it.
them are wood. Some of them have like the wood paneling around the side.
Yeah,
But
Jeanette had one of those like
mhm.
nice above ground with like the wood deck. Remember that?
We have an above ground here in West Brookfield, and I have to deal with it every year, and it's kind of a hassle.
They like are pretty bad for your house, right? Like
They take
they
up a lot of
value.
energy. Um, you have to maintain them and pour all these caustic chemicals into them, and but it's a draw when you want to try to sell a house, so that's why we're trying to keep it up, and otherwise we would just get rid of it. Like,
Is it a draw?
I don't
it's
think
yeah. An above ground.
We
No,
took
not
ours
as much
down
of,
to sell our house on Gleason Road. When I lived on Gleason Road next to Cullen and Kyle, we had an above ground pool and we were trying to sell the house, and we actually took it down to help sell the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe an in-ground would be a better of a draw.
Where are you now, John?
West Brookfield.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got out of the suburbs to move to the suburbs, and now I'm finally in the country.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do like it. It's a little bit longer of a drive to get to where I need to go for work and for gigs and stuff, but I find it's worth it. It works out. Just the rural life. We got a big old garden and chicken coop and some decent space, quiet. So I like it. So how long have you been in Holden for, Lo?
We moved here the end of 2019. We moved actually like 2 weeks before I had our first son, Levon.
Great name, by the way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great kid too.
Yeah, it's great.
Got to meet him this weekend.
Yeah, and it's Levon Helm because Kevin, but I was the one who picked the name. And yeah, so we moved. Like I was going to like my doctors and.
Were you at the Boston apartment before?
Yeah, we were in Boston.
Yeah. So you're like, we need a little bit more space, and this baby's about to come out.
Yeah, and then we got like another tiny spot, right?
Okay. How that came up originally was when Kev and Trey were saying we'll look for some houses for you in the area, and I said my wife's used to Atlanta, living in Atlanta, so it's got to be a big house. And then they ran with it, and then I ran with it, and then we talked at length. Bonner at Lowe's house this past week. Her house was very cozy, and I think I used other words as well. Tight. Whatever. Hey, but Bonner knows. Bonner lived down in Nashville. He knows you get a lot more room with your buck. That's all it is.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this after you left. So we were, John, Kevin and I were living in the North End in like a tiny 1-bedroom before we moved to East Boston, which was an upgrade for us. And then I'm remembering now when we moved to Holden to this, like we have like a 2.5-bedroom house. It's weird. It's a cape, and the upstairs, our bedroom has like a bedroom inside a bedroom. It's weird. And I remember being like, well, we don't need that much space. Like this is more than we had before. And we have a huge, big like backyard, and it's right on the.
It's very nice.
Great, yeah. Thanks.
It's very nice.
But yeah, so we've been here for like, Levon's a little older than 3.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you
Beautiful
guys
kitchen,
moved there
brand new
right
kitchen.
when I moved out.
Yeah.
Because I used to live in Holden too. I used to live with Gus.
Oh, you did? Yeah, we're really close to Gus. We're on Brattle Street.
Yeah, I used to go to the Brattle Stop Market all the time for that tuna Sam.
You get sometimes a tuna sandwich there?
Sometimes I'd get the Italian sub too. Yeah.
Kevin
yeah, those people are all Greek. They got the food down pat, dude. They're awesome.
So nice. So nice there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right by the railroad tracks.
Yeah. And you know who lives
That's
there?
not far.
Pete, is the Lorings. Did you ever go there?
The Lorings?
The Lorings, yeah, the ones that you went to school
Which
with.
Loring? There's so Matt Loring?
Yeah, like the family, like the.
Yeah. They live over there.
Yeah. And then him. Yeah. Is he the one that's married to Caitlin Murphy?
Yeah, that is Dan. Dan Loring.
they live in a neighborhood not far from us here in Holden.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's nice. And Steph's nearby and everything's nearby. It's nice.
Yeah, little staying close to Central.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I know.
Yeah, I think
I heard all about it this
there's
weekend
a
from my
reason,
mom.
Man, there's a reason everyone who starts in Boston ends up coming back out here. I mean, it's mainly financial, but also your roots are here. You know, your friends are here, and
Okay, let's talk about let's talk about something else. No, I'm kidding.
definitely moving along. Keep it moving along, Pete.
No. I mean, I just hear it like every day from my mom. But love you guys. But
Oh, what?
no.
She like, tries to get you back here?
Oh,
Well, did you tell her your 2-year plan? Or you just like, is that blowing smoke?
that's not.
Peter has a
It's
2-year plan. Wow, what a rush! It's usually a 5-year plan.
Well, it was a 10-year plan, and it's been 7. So, no, and we're not going to tell her about that, and now she's not going to know about it from this.
And you're probably not
cast
going to
either.
broadcast it on the DUTCHCAST.
No, because I know my mom's a frequent listener.
Is she?
Watch it?
No,
Does she listen
not
to
at
it?
all. No, your mom called it out for being stupid.
My mom did?
Yeah, she said it was boring.
Yeah, she did say it was boring, but you know, my mom's boring, dude. She doesn't know what's up. She doesn't know what's.
Oh man. So low. No, I want to. No, so low. So then you went to Shrewsbury. Then we were in the middle school. Then you were like class president and like the best. And then 8th grade. Where were you? What team were you on?
I was on that horrible team at the high school that everybody hated.
Which was that? Gold?
No, I think it was red.
The one I got out of.
Why did you get out of it?
I was
Because
originally
you wanted
supposed
to
to
be with
be
the
at the
Dutch.
high school, and then all my friends were still at the middle school. And I told my mom, and my mom
threw a
went in
tantrum.
and got me switched with Mrs. Moon.
Who
Yeah.
also lived next door to Low.
Yeah, she was my next door neighbor.
Remember
She was
that?
great.
You grew
And
up next to the Moons?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I still play with Bob Moon all the time. He's a musician. Her son.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I play with Bob Moon a lot.
Wow. What a small world.
Anyway.
They were great. Trevor was on my team though, so you left him.
Yeah, I guess to be with me, Dennis, Cody, who else?
Steven
on
was
silver.
at the middle
Steven
school
was-
too.
Yep.
So we were in our own world. Like we didn't.
Yeah. I mean, that's the original.
It
That's
was like
when this whole thing
It was like
started.
being at two different schools, pretty much.
Yeah. I remember.
It was.
Do you guys remember? Like you guys were causing trouble. Where like I don't know what it was, but it like caused some repercussion for the entire 8th grade. Where like we couldn't get recess or like I don't know what it was. And then we came over and we were like, guys, cut it out. And you guys like were so
Did we listen?
mad with us. No, you were so mad. You like booed us out.
What did we do? I don't remember that. What did we do?
No. I mean, it sticks in my mind because I was one of like the 5 people, of course, that was like, well, I'll go over and I'll tell them.
And you're the class president, so you just hear
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out. Huh? We
Didn't
booed you out of here.
But like funny, like mentioning Stevel, right? So then we get to high school and he's the class president.
Steven?
Was it-
Yeah.
In high school?
Yes. Our freshman
I
year.
do remember that, man.
I think
it
I
was
do
only
remember
for like
that,
1
too.
year, though, right?
It was, but it was amazing. It was so much fun.
That is classic. I didn't
We
know
would, like,
that.
collect dues, right? Like that was part of our role and responsibility was to collect dues, like
Yeah.
$15, right?
Due from who was paying dues? Kids?
Yeah, which is
Kids'
so
Parents.
weird. Yeah. And so like Thea was the class treasurer. It was, and then I think George was the vice president then. and I was secretary. And Steve-O would just like, he'd like buy us pizza on our meeting.
See, Lo always held it down, even though we were all wild nutcases. So I guess like my question I put aside here, Lo, have you ever been arrested in Shrewsbury? Have you?
So this, I'm so happy you just asked that because I was just going to say this is a good story. So very much in line with my brand, I did not get arrested, but that CFIT's party,
Yeah.
right? So
CFIT.
I, Ooh, Kevin and I who Kevin and I saw like later in life at Brittany's Cafe. I think it was either him or his brother was like the cook. Anyways, so I was with Ashley Maroney and I wasn't gonna go to the party because I like knew it smelled like trouble. But I was driving around with Ashley and I saw all the paddy wagons go up to the house and we started getting calls from people saying like, "Are you around? Can you pick us up?" And we picked up Emily LeBlanc, who was hiding in the garage amongst like rolled up rugs,
Wow.
and then Kyle Parmenter, who told us, and I hope I'm like, whatever.
No, no. It's fine. This is subscribe only.
Yeah.
he thought it was a good idea to go upstairs in one of the bedrooms, get naked.
I heard this stuff. Yeah. To pretend he was asleep, right?
Yeah, and then realized stupid, and then somehow was able to get out of the house. But like we picked up Emily and Kyle like on the streets in the neighborhoods around like CFIT, like in like the Dean Park area. So they had gotten out somehow. And then we were just like collecting stories throughout the night. Like was it Cody who hurt his leg when he jumped out the?
No, Cody's very agile. I think he was fine. But someone jumped out the window and broke their legs. I remember that. Who was that?
Shane, maybe?
No.
No.
It was someone like, I don't know.
Maybe
Bonner, were you
Cody.
with me and Tommy D when we ran out the back and we ran through the woods and then we picked up the Golden Nugget and then went behind Dean Park Pizza and stayed behind Dean Park Pizza and the Golden Nugget waiting for more people from the party to get to us to bail them out? So I was doing the same thing, though. I didn't get caught at that party. I was like, I'm out.
I don't remember that shit, dude.
That party went on for like 20 minutes.
I remember the party, but I don't remember Dean Park Pizza. No, I don't remember that. That's a deep memory.
It was an eventful night.
Yeah, it was eventful. Kevin and I were just talking about, John, were you with us at Allie Droge's house for when, or maybe it was Pete Hyzak, when the police came in through like the slider door and they just like walked in while we were all sitting there?
I don't think I've ever been to her house, but go on.
That's it. That's the story.
Must have been Hyzak.
No, they walked in, and so it must have been the Hyzak because I don't know if it was Dan or the older one was like, you can't just barge in here
Pete.
and like actually talk to you. No, it wasn't Pete. There was 3 Hyzaks.
Dan, yes. Good looking Dan.
They like they talked us out of trouble by saying like you can't come in here unannounced or without like reason.
Smart Dan too.
We all got out of it.
Yeah. Wow. So that was the closest call. I think that was everyone's closest call, if not getting booked. At
it reminds me a lot about when Drew was finally moving. And
Drew move party.
His house had sold and all his furniture was out of the house. And Drew's parents were in Tennessee, but Drew was still up here. And he decides to throw a party at Guinevere Circle, fucking at his old house. And good old Don Vigilatora called the cops on us. And they showed up and we scrammed, man. Me and Timmy Holland got away, dude. We spent a good while in the woods hiding, and then we just decided to book it. And I'm like, dude, D-Malls' house is right down the street. We'll just go there. But come to find out, Shane and a few other people didn't make it out. And
I remember that now.
Clean the place up and pour out all the beers. And I left my cell phone there. and a cop picked up the cell phone and he flips it open, flip phone, and he goes to Shane. He goes, "Who's John Blaze?" Shane's like, "I don't know." Yeah, I think we've all had that freaking event where the cops come and it's time to go.
Well, the new police station in Shrewsbury looks like a barracks for Ukraine.
Is it done?
Amazing. It's huge.
Is it done finally?
I don't know. Ask Bosch.
Yeah. Oh,
Who needs to
great
get on this
podcast guest.
Yeah, and Kyle Palmenter, that name you threw out. We gotta link up with him as well.
Yeah, we gotta beef up this queue.
Yeah, so what's your plan here?
I don't know what our plan is, Lo. We're just floating with it.
And I'm honored to be the first female on.
And the last, no.
I couldn't think of a better female guest to have. First female guest to have.
Oh, well,
You guys do have listeners from all the girls. Right?
That's what I hear, dude.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's a hit.
I love it.
This is a podcast by Shrewsburyans for Shrewsburyans.
Lynn was like super surprised
and
when I came back calling her out as like the first. She didn't even remember being her his girlfriend.
Well, Chris said he never talked to her. Right? Chris, like, yeah, we were boyfriend, girlfriend. I never talked to her. We just went out or whatever. I don't know. Who was your first? Is that what you wanted? Who was your first boyfriend, Lo? Who was your first boyfriend?
Probably Colin.
In middle school?
In middle school? I wasn't dating in middle school.
Everyone dated in middle school.
You went out with someone.
Mean anything.
Not me. I was like everybody's best friend. Plus, I had that scoliosis braid.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I have this,
man, how long do you have to wear that?
3 years.
Did it work? I mean, I guess so. You don't have like a huge hump on your back. You look great.
Out when I'm old, like when that like really presents itself, and I'll be like an old lady.
No, you and Chrissy Tonelli, right? Were the only, yeah. Did we sign that thing? No. It's not like a cast.
I was gonna say I have a clear memory of like being at your house and I wasn't wearing it. I like had taken it off, and your sister.
My house?
Yeah. And your sister picked it up and she's like, "What is like in her attitude? What is this?"
Oh man!
I remember taking the test at school when they made you like bend over and bend backward. I remember the test.
Yeah, Lo is positive.
That was the first positive.
Oh man! So you didn't go out with anyone in middle school because of school?
Probably.
I'm sorry for laughing. And then I guess Cullen in high school. Okay. Well, we've had them both in the cast, so that's great.
I know, and I haven't seen Cullen, so I gotta
he seems to be doing great.
Did I hear it right that you guys like recorded and then like but wasn't recording and had to do it all over again?
It was only for like 10-15 minutes we weren't recording, and I realized it.
Yeah.
But we did miss some good stuff.
It was way more than that, dude. We went over religion. It was an hour. It's getting late, Lo.
I know. I gotta make myself some tea to wake up.
Do your kids go sleep through the night?
Yeah.
That's nice.
What about Ethan?
No.
Really?
He's starting to, but then right now he sleeps till like 4, and then which is good. He used to not sleep at all, at all. But he sleeps till about 4, and then we bring him in our room because we're bad parents. I don't know if that's a good thing. Yeah, I don't care.
As long as they sleep.
We got a king size bed. It doesn't matter. I'm still on the end. I never had a king size bed till this year.
I never had one either, and I Love it.
You have one too?
Yeah, I have a Posturepedic king.
Oh,
We went to
JB.
we went to Rotman's and splurged.
Wow. You
Who's
know what
going
to
out of
spend on,
business?
brother.
They're going out of business, by the way.
They're out of business already.
They are? They're done?
They're done.
My
I was gonna ask, did you get it at their like going out of business sale?
Yeah, it was definitely the beginning of it, but they bumped their percentage up as the months went on. Like, we saved maybe like 30%, but now it was up to like 50% everything in the store.
mattresses are
Love
surprising.
Rotman's, fantastic.
New England's largest carpet store. My sister swears by Bobopedics. She buys them and has turned them on to like 50 people. She thinks she should be a commissioned salesperson at this rate. But Bobopedics are really good, she says. And that's at least New England, if not Massachusetts only company, I think.
Yeah.
They're not down here. There's no but no, Lo, do you have a king size?
I don't think
Double?
king size in this house.
They got the whole room. It's like the trampoline park.
It's big. King's big, dude. Takes up a good portion of the room.
I mean, why do you need it?
I took a poll from my Providence friends of like, I'm thinking about getting a king. And they basically spit their freaking water out of their mouth. They're like, how do you not have a king already? And Kyle Julian was like, the king saved my marriage. And everyone was like, you need a king. If you're not a king, I don't know what's going on. So, and they're kind of right.
Have two separate beds at that point.
It is. It really is. Which is really nice. I mean, no, I mean, it's fine. And then Ethan comes in the middle around 4:00, and then he likes to sleep right on top of you, like right on your face. I don't know. That's the way he wants to be. I love him, so it's okay, but you don't get any sleep after when he comes in. I mean, you might doze a little bit, but it's really just like, Dad, get up. So, and then we find out the gender of number 2 Friday. So,
sweet.
Yes.
What do you guys? Are you guys like hoping for anything in particular?
Just to be healthy, of course. But no, I would like a girl. Melissa today told me, she's like, I think it's a boy. Feels like a boy. So I think she might know. I don't know. Lo knows.
I didn't know for either. I mean, we found out early for both, but I thought I was having the opposite.
So many wives' tales.
I know, stupid.
I don't even know what's a girl. A girl is wider or sits higher, or I don't know what the wives' tale. I think it's wider, and I don't know.
I will say, like, the one truth was that when you have a harder pregnancy, it tends to be the girl. Like, there's more hormones floating around.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, that rang true for me, at least.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just science. Like, it doesn't. There's no. Either is it or is it,
Yeah, or the Lord.
Sure.
Hey, Lo, when's our next reunion coming up? 2025, right?
Shut up.
Yeah, 2025. That's the 20th reunion.
Did you have one that last time you tried to promote one?
No, it was the pandemic. Would have been 15 years, right?
2005 to 2020, right? Yeah. The 15th year reunion is kind of bullshit, though. It should go every like 10 years, at the most.
I mean, I would
agree.
definitely do it. I would love to hear how, like, where people are right now.
We'll do a live podcast from the reunion.
Just have people step up and tell them the deal.
I'll have you produce some like video that you can show at the beginning of it.
Yeah, dude, I'll do it.
Okay.
Get some release
And you'll
forms
play-
for people to sign.
Yeah, and your band will be the John Bonner Band.
Sweet. Get the Texas Hill Road Band in there. Drew
We'll do it
Andre.
at Polar
Trevor.
Park.
Yeah, I really enjoyed going to the last one I went to.
We really wanted to go.
There was so much like side drinking going on outside, like behind the building. A lot of people had like bottles in their cars and weren't paying out the bartenders like they should have been. Like Don Vig. Don Vig was running the bar. And everyone was tipping her out, but no one was like taking shots. Everyone was going in for like beers because everyone was taking shots in the parking lot from fucking what's his name's bottle. Was Davey? Davey wasn't alive then. No, Davey wasn't alive then. But somebody had a bottle that was just like, yeah, everyone can hit this shit. And it was gone in like 10 minutes.
Where
but
was
it was
it?
fun, man. It was at the IAVC, right? The Italian American
Next to Trader
Club.
Joe's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's what I was going to guess.
You guys want to hear something super funny? Do you guys remember? You guys know Moronis Park,
Who?
like on Lake Ave?
Who?
It's on Lake Ave on the near Regatta going down that way. Yeah.
No, on the Shrewsbury side. Moronis Park.
Oh yes,
Oh,
right next to
yeah.
Shaw's.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a park. It's
I mean,
a parking lot.
that's what they call it. I found out like later in life. My parents had their wedding reception there. Funny.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Does it have a center? Yeah, I guess.
It's just a function
I don't
hall,
know.
I'm pretty sure.
It has a function hall though. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not
And
some place
yeah, I
you
mean,
can go on like
you look at it. It looks like a parking lot, and I didn't know if there was anything down there. Never been.
Yeah, the only time I've been there was for, I think it was Sidoff's going away party. Do you guys remember Sidoff?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, for sure. But
And
I thought that was at that place, or was that her graduation party? It was at a different place on North Quincy. I remember
Stage
going to
Quincy.
her some kind of party for Sadaf, but it was like behind
It's gotta
the
be
Burger
that.
King and
It's gotta
the
be
Burger
that,
King.
Yeah. Oh, it's
McDonald's.
That it's that.
it's probably that, Bonner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many function halls are there on Quincy? I guess a lot.
There's like half a dozen at least. Yeah.
That's great. Oh man, I remember actually over at the Moroni. There's a. I've been down there because there was this really nice house that I liked that was on Lake Winsig. It's still there. It's oh dude, I went to Chumlee's with my grandmother last week. That's another thing, which was a riot. But dude, Chumlee's is still kicking. But anyway, there was a house up there that I really liked, and I was like house hunting on the lake because I love the fucking lake, and the lake was my life, and I get it. But I knocked on the lady's door, and she was like this witch. She was like this crackety ass, like strange woman, like from freaking Big Fish, the movie. She was like, "What do you want here? Never come back here again. You hear? I ain't never selling this house." And like kept screaming as I'm like, okay. I'm walking away, and she's like still screaming at me in the car. And she's like, "I will never sell this house." I think she had a southern accent, but south side of Quincy. But yeah, that was Maroni's, not what is it called? Marconi's or Moronis Park. Yeah, house right over there. But yes, so I took my grandmother she wanted to get Chinese. I didn't know where to go. I don't know what Chinese spots there are in Shrewsbury anymore. You guys don't even live in that town anymore, so I don't know. And Fred's is gone, so I had no idea. So shout out to Fred's Chinese food. That place was bomb.
Yeah, that place is throwback. No longer exists, but yeah, it was throwback.
Oh, Fred's was great. But Chumley's was you walk in and there's always people at the bar, like random guys. I don't know if you guys have been there any time in the last 3 decades, but same guys. Super nice guys, but like I don't know what you're doing there hanging out. I don't know why do you guys hang out here? Like I mean, I don't care, but it's just interesting. And then you walk in, and then you know we got our seats, and like right next to our seats are like 4 baskets of water, and like the guy, the owner of the place is like too lazy to make it presentable anymore, and he just has inventory out everywhere. I don't know if you guys. It's like. Yeah, it's like you're eating in his warehouse kind of thing. Like it's not it's and then so we sit down and I'm starting to like order, and then he's like, no, you do this first, and then you do this, I'll come back, you do this, and then he just starts telling us what to do the whole time, and I was just like, okay, so basically this guy just ordered for us. He's like, you like the Happy Family, remember the Happy Family? Do you remember the Happy Family? That's the
No.
Is that
the happy
appetizer?
the Happy
sampler?
Family. Yeah, it's one of their dishes. It's got like everything in it. It's got like scallops. It's got pork. It's like
a poo-poo platter kind of deal.
Yeah, all mixed up with like the sauce. It's just like gross. I had this before I got on my flight, and that was bad. Bad news.
I'm
What'd you
sure
say,
you
Lo?
had to use the airplane bathroom a couple times.
I didn't, thank God, but I struggled.
Chumley's. It's like a bootleg Dragon 88, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is. What's your spot, Lo? Lo, where do you and Kevin go on dates?
We don't go on dates.
Oh, come on.
Right
You got to
there in
keep
the
the
other
fires
room?
burning.
Kev, if you can hear me, take your wife on a date.
Kevin.
We don't have
No,
anyone
is
to
it?
watch our kids. You guys can come over and watch our kids, and we'll go.
Oh, well, why don't you call Gus? He'll watch the kids.
Thank you.
He'll probably bring over like a 4-pack of beers, but he'll watch the kids for you.
I hope it's just a 4-pack of beer.
4-pack is light.
Have you guys?
But is there a Chinese food or is there a Italian or what do you got?
I don't like
O'Connor's
Chinese
is
food.
gone, right?
Yeah, I don't like Chinese food, but have you guys, John, did you ever do cashew ramen when you were here? On Main Street in Worcester? They probably like just opened up when you were leaving.
Yeah, I don't remember it. No, Main Street in Worcester. I stay away from that area.
Why? Everything's new.
Is
Go supporting it.
It's
Public
so
servant.
good.
The only people that I associate with on Main Street, Worcester, is the radio station there, WCUW, with the front room. It's like a music venue. Other than that, I don't know anything that's been happening on Main South, Main North, whatever.
How are you a part of the Worcester music scene and you're like not experiencing all the new stuff that's coming around?
Well, I don't really think there's many music venues on that end of town.
Have you done the new like?
Maybe you need a
pop-up?
manager again.
Have you done the pop up at there's like the new gallery down there? It's like a really cool theater venue, but I'm sure that they've had like music there. It's really cool stuff.
It's really cool. It's really, really cool.
You can see the
It's really cool.
Well, Worcester's up and coming, man. It has been for a while, and it's good to see.
So there's a Chinese restaurant over there.
It's not Chinese.
What is it?
I don't like Chinese food.
Oh, that's weird.
Why is that weird?
That's very weird.
So you said it's Thai or Vietnamese or Japanese?
It's ramen. So what is that?
Japanese. Yeah.
Japanese?
There's a ramen spot in Worcester. What's it called?
Kashu ramen.
Probably it. It's probably it.
Kashu ramen.
As we go around the
Marijuana
block,
affects the
and
memory.
We're back.
Well, I'll have to check that out because me and Marissa are huge ramen fans. We make it from scratch at the house all the time.
You'd love it, John. And then tell us when you come, and we'll go with you.
Yeah, we'll have a
with
double date. And we'll find you a sitter.
Or I'll bring the kids.
Or yeah, you could bring the kids to a restaurant. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
Do they go to restaurants? Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, you know where we bring them?
Where?
Jimmy's.
Where?
Jimmy's.
Jimmy's?
Yeah.
Jimmy's Steakhouse and Grill,
That place is awesome.
White
It's
City.
great.
Yep.
It's great. I mean, I would totally take back the movie theater if that was still there. I think that would be better, but
What was there before Jimmy's?
a lot of things. I think there was a lot of turnover. I think before that, it might have been a chain.
Like
I think.
Was it Bugaboo Creek?
Yeah, it was
Bugaboo
a steakhouse.
Creek. Yeah, good call.
It was a steakhouse. But my dad loves Jimmy's. Goes to Jimmy's.
Keep my eyes up.
Seems like it'd be a good towny spot to go to.
What's in the Boca de Beppo? Anything these days?
Nothing. It's the same problem. Too high a rent.
What's the problem, Lo? Too high taxes? Are you going to do something about it?
Too high a rent. I'm out of that scene.
Yeah. Out of the public life, going into private.
What is your scene, Lo? I'd like to know what you've been doing, like for work and stuff. Like, what's your deal right now?
I work at UMass.
Yay, we love UMass right now.
So I'm still technically in the public life.
Yeah.
And I'm marketing. I market their IP.
Their what?
Intellectual property.
Okay.
So what, they write songs and stuff?
No, they're like
podcasts.
Biomedical.
Biomedical. Okay.
Yeah. So they, all the biotech, big pharma.
Okay, so you're in sort of the research side of things, considering that's where IP would be.
Yeah, like we're the business development arm of the researchers.
Okay. So are you looking for money for
you can
funding for grants?
You can license out IP. You can, sponsor research that could then, you could spin out new companies.
Well, our audience is like huge into this, so like you can pitch it, and I'm sure there's like 20 LinkedIn visitors lined up for it. But
oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah, this is it.
That's where I want that cross promotion.
That's interesting though, and then hopefully you cure leukemia and everything's good.
That's right.
That's the idea.
That's all right. That's it. No, I mean, Kevin and I are lucky. We're like probably the last of our generation to still have like pensions and stuff, which is why we're doing our jobs.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have
and what was the gig that you did with the nukes? Because I had that on the posted over here, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to be too, because I get really, I don't want to talk about like Ukraine and Russia because I'm really freaking scared of it. But like, what were you doing with the plan to zero, and like, how pissed are you with potential stuff going on?
Dude, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I had like crazy jobs. So that was when I worked for John. I worked for a nonprofit called Global Zero. And
Global Zero, that was it.
Global Nuclear Non-Proliferation Group. So we would advocate for, no nuclear weapons, nuclear states. Like I remember like my first year on the job, I was advocating and petitioning at The Hague. And it was just kind of crazy.
I bet.
Kind of crazy. I met Valerie Plame then. It was really, really tough. But yeah, right now, I remember like not long ago being like, Russia is our biggest threat. And I like, yeah. For so many.
Because you have a crazy madman with a trigger? Yeah. Well, so.
But now I just like, that's the stuff I just am interested in, and I don't make it my day job anymore.
But you like your job now?
Yeah, I mean, I like that I can be good at something and,
So
you
what are
know,
some marketing trends that are on
um,
the upswing? I don't know.
I mean, I thought
How
about it.
can I
Like,
better market my small business, Lo?
what small business?
Well, I'm a window cleaner. You must know that, right? I clean
I was
windows.
wondering if you're still doing that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's getting bigger every year.
Do you
It's
have
Um,
a
true.
web, do you have a
but
website?
I do the Facebook ads and Google ads. I put signs out in customers' yards when I'm working on their houses. But
Do you have a website?
I have a website. It's a pretty standard website. I've got that connected to the Google and all that. I think I've done the preliminary steps okay because the phone's ringing. But is there anything that you would recommend to small businesses to expand on their, exposure? Or
You're not doing email marketing. I would recommend that.
I am not doing email marketing. What do you mean, like newsletters?
Something like that, yeah. It's like a really good example of a small business, although they're not so small anymore. But did you ever visit Lilac Hedge Farm in Holden?
Yes, I have. I've played there actually.
Yeah,
Oh.
awesome place.
Mm-hmm.
Sign up for their newsletter. Their owner, Brian something, does an excellent job just like talking about the business, talking about new, you know, meat that's in stock, updates. It's super smart, and I'm sure he brings in a lot of business for it.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. I've been thinking about the newsletter thing.
I mean, you're a good writer. You should do it. It's
Mm-hmm.
another good outlet for you to like be creative.
You
I
damn
like
right
the
I can
videos,
write.
man.
Damn right I can write.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could always write. And the videos, man. Keep the videos going. Or put them in the newsletter. Could do that. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
like a digital newsletter. I'm sure that's possible nowadays. Have people be
Yeah.
able to watch videos in the newsletter and shit.
The interwebs, you know?
Are you
You can
picking
even
up
have,
the phone for these callers, Bonner?
What's that?
Are you picking up the phone for these callers?
When I can, I mean, especially now in the winter, I'm always picking up the phone. But
Good.
once it gets busy in the springtime, I have a tendency to let it go to voicemail. And thankfully, most people leave messages.
That's
But
good.
what I should really be doing is picking up the phone whenever I can. But right now, I'm kind of happy to be just chilling for the moment, taking care of my monthly accounts and chilling, hibernating like a bear.
Oh man, Lo, did you catch the Instagram story that Bonner posted?
no.
Oh
I'm
man,
not a big fan of social media.
I got off Instagram. I was like, got off. I was like, I'm gonna put a hold on Instagram because it's taking up way too much time. I'm going to quit. So hold off. I held off starting February 1st. Next day, Bonner posts a gem of a video on Instagram
What
of
was it?
Bonner. What is it? It's the waiting room, right?
Yeah, it's a skit that we did called The Waiting Room, and it's just me and Pete, um, you know,
So
waiting in a dentist's office, makeshift dentist's office. And we each keep like pulling random stuff out of our jackets and reacting to it, and no dialogue is
no
said
dialogue,
at all.
or some, but very, very
Some,
little.
yeah.
It's
But
so
yeah,
good
I
though.
posted it. I formatted it for Instagram and threw it up there, and I think I brought Pete back into the
To the gram.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get good
No,
engagement?
What's that?
Did you get good engagement?
Oh, I wasn't going for that, Low. I threw up a couple of random hashtags, but it was just I wanted to see if I could take a widescreen video and format it to vertical like Instagram and see how it would come out because I've never really done that to much video starting as widescreen and going vertical. So it was like almost like a
Starting
test.
as a 9mm tape. From the old school.
Or like, well, as if you had filmed it with your phone. But of course we didn't. We filmed it with like a shitty Sony
camera
handy cam.
Oh man! And in the end, his mom pitches in and is like, Gunther Peterson.
Yeah, she's like the nurse that calls me up.
And Bonner and I were talking about it the other day, and I'm like, dude, this is what we used to do at sleepovers and stuff. And Bonner's like, no, I think your mom picked you up that day.
Totally did. Yeah.
It's just what we did on an afternoon. Random acts of comedy, we used to call it. And it'd be no dialogue. And we did that waiting room, the chess match, and the croquet match. Remember the croquet?
Yeah, and the croquet match has yet to be recovered.
Found.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trevor probably has it.
Imagine if you guys were just like a decade younger and all of your videos would just like automatically post to YouTube.
Yeah.
We think this is the comeback, Lo. This is the comeback. It's starting here. Get in early. Starting with the DUTCHCAST, then Bonner's going to start to release some videos. Then we're going to gain some traction and then get back into it.
It would be really cool to do like a live viewing of the videos with like everybody in it and like get the reactions in real time. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't know if I could figure that out from a technical standpoint.
25-year anniversary.
I'd have to bring an employee in for that. Maybe you, Lo.
Pro bono work, Brady John.
Well, we used to do that, right, Lo? Like we used to do the showing of FS2K too. Yeah. And the best by far was the intros. Like, do you remember the intros, Lo? We used to do like the most bizarre introductions of it. It would be like me, or like Cody flying through the air and then like looking up and being like, hey, and then it's like Cody LaPierre underneath. We'd have the music, and then there was one where remember Dennis's intro where like it starts at the top of his hat.
Yeah,
he put on like 50 hats
very slowly.
He's wearing like 50 hats, so the camera's going down the hats, and you're just waiting to see the face. And it's like 20 minutes later, it's like
and he just says cornbread.
I remember I thought about this. So I watched a little bit of this with Dennis. And I remember thinking this also while watching the videos back then with him. I was like, I never am able to have like a long one-on-one conversation. Like, I don't think a lot of people have
Molinari
conversations with him.
It's Molinari, yeah.
So then you see him in this light and it's like, who are you? Like, I know you so well, but also like, I feel like I'm meeting you for the first time, and I remember that in those videos.
Dennis is hilarious.
So
well, he was always a very shy boy.
I wouldn't say shy. I would just say quiet.
He was the quiet, cool man. Like that's why the ladies loved him, man. He had the quiet, cool thing going on, and he was good looking.
Best looking, class of 2005.
Yeah,
best looking, but he's hilarious. He's hilarious. Steven's hilarious.
You guys all are. So it's the perfect fit. It was the perfect
But fit. Jimmy Pignataro is ridiculously hilarious. Mm-hmm. So, but you have hilarious friends too. I mean, all the girls are hilarious.
Oh yeah, dude. Between you, Brones, and Sarah.
Brones, Sarah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys crack us up too.
We talked about doing something rival with this, really, because we do this. Do you guys use Marco Polo at all? Yeah.
What is it?
Marco Polo.
No.
So we started doing this, like just around COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an app where you send videos and they're all in like a single thread, and so then you can watch the videos when you have the time. Mm-hmm. So it's just like a trail of videos from all of us, and so it's just within our group of 8 girls. Mm-hmm. And we've been been doing it now for the past 3 years nonstop.
Oh, that's
Oh
fun.
man, we should get some of that.
Oh, you should definitely do it. It's awesome.
So do you
Nice.
have like is it like it's all on the same night, or like is there like a theme or anything that you guys are talking
Our theme
about?
is just like us. Like we talk about like our day. We talk about like, I mean, we just like, what did we just do? We just like crowdsource like a work problem that Ashley had the other day. And you don't like, it's just when you go on it when you have the time,
Hmm.
and then you look at it the next time you pick up your phone. It's like I don't do anything else other than like
Marco Polo.
Yeah.
Do you have to be a part of that group to see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
But the
it's
app,
private.
okay, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, you guys are hilarious.
So we talked about it. We're like, oh, we should do it because we do. I mean, we essentially make it every day anyway. We should do our own little podcast.
You should. I mean,
You should call it the DUTCHCAST.
you can you can record Zoom calls. I mean, and drag it into a video editor and edit it.
Bonner can edit it for you.
I love that you guys make the time to do this like so regularly. You're so committed to it. I was just telling you, Keith. I feel like it's so like, I don't know.
This is, but you got to understand, this is how we did shit. It's not even like you guys are committed to doing this. When we would hang out and go to Bonner's house, we would record. We would record music. We would record videos. We would do this. We would do skits.
Writing.
We would write. We would jump around. Like we would like. So this is, yeah. This is not uncommon for us, I don't think. So yeah, thank you for saying you're happy for us to be committed. But Bonner and I started this when we're just like, hey, let's Zoom call so we can see each other's faces when we talk. That's how it started.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Giving it a second life. I like it.
I like it.
So
too.
I want to talk about your take on Victor Rosa and Fred Dutile's rendition of NSYNC's Drive Me Crazy. Drive Me Crazy. Eighth grade talent show. You drive me crazy. I mean, I think that they had something.
I don't even remember that, Pete. You are crazy.
I don't remember a single act from
That act I remember. I don't remember much other, but that act I definitely recall because you had Victor Rosa shirt out. I think he had a tat at 8. Yeah, he did have a tattoo in 8th grade.
They had their, and I hate myself for using this word, but they had their like wife beaters on, right?
Yes, yes. Yes, we'll bleep that out loud, don't worry.
Wow.
But yeah, and they sang "You Drive Myself Crazy," and I was in stitches even back then. I still remember it, like just like, oh my god, this is actually happening. And they rehearsed for this, and they did the whole thing. And we had a lot of people that did the talent show low. Like I was actually happy with all their work. I was like, shit, people actually like prepared for this. Yeah. I don't know who else was in it. I mean, you had the magician. Who was that magician in your
Dan
class?
Munier.
Dan Munier. He was legit. He was like.
Dan Candel is his stage name.
What's that?
Dan Candel is his stage name.
Oh, is he still doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta look him up. Hell yeah, I used to love Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should get him in the queue. And then I don't know any girls that did anything. I forget. There must have been. The only thing that like burned into my brain is freaking Victor Rosa and Fred Dutile. Like fucking. I think it would have been Kenny Hoyt. No, it wasn't him. It was someone that kind of looked like him. I don't know who it was exactly, but I remember like being like, oh,
Justin Tibbetts.
Justin Tibbetts. That's who it was. That's who it was, man. Oh, they rehearsed, man. They rehearsed. They did a good job. I think they did. I don't know who won. Do you know who won the talent show, Lo?
Who like graded it? Who was?
I don't know. I don't know how it happened. I don't know.
You're the class. You were the class president, Lo. You should remember this shit.
I have the worst memory of anybody I know. I was just gonna say, you know who you should get on here is Kate Berry.
Oh, she's
Berry
got a
has,
Totally
a
down.
memory,
Kate the
a
date,
field
baby.
trip. She remembers
Yeah.
everything. She's our memory keeper.
Okay, she's definitely in the queue.
In fact, she brought up the story when we were talking about this. This is like later, when we went to visit UP in Providence.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that morning that you woke up after like one of your summer solstice and you came out of your room?
I think I am. Can I say it? I'm pretty sure Kate Berry peed on me.
Yeah.
It was that. It wasn't me peeing on her, right?
No.
She peed on me. Yeah, she peed on me. Yeah. Yep.
But then you came out of your room and you had morning wood and you were like, "Who's up for a good time?"
Nice.
Oh man, I don't remember that part, but that sounds pretty much on
I've
brand.
never heard this story.
That was on brand.
Wow.
Oh
Bring Kate
man,
on. She'll tell the whole story.
I remember her saying, "Don't fucking touch me." that was fine. I didn't, and then she peed on me, and I never did again because of that. That's one way to like mark your territory, right? So, yeah, she did that. She's gonna be happy we're talking about that.
Yeah.
But
She's definitely in the queue. We'll put her in the queue. Lauren, thank you so much for joining us on the DUTCHCAST.
Thanks for having me. Love it.
I had a good time.
1:30. Wow.